Hello, everybody. Welcome back. My name's Nick Driver. I'm a New Mexican, and today we're going to be talking about the new campaign being launched by APD here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, the Crime Matters More campaign. I got two articles from it for you guys. They're from KOAT and KOB4. The other news doesn't seem to be reporting on it, but this is all I got. But this first one is by Nancy LaFlynn. But before we get into this, guys, please hit that like, subscribe, follow, do all that fun stuff. Help us out. Let's help get the word out about this Crimes Matters More campaign. But let's go ahead and see what they're saying about it here at KOAT. So Albuquerque, New Mexico. As the murder rate in Albuquerque continues to climb, police union leaders are launching a campaign called Crimes Matter More. Crime Matters More. Okay. They're asking the public to get involved by sending text messages that the city and state leaders will receive. Union leaders said a 7-year decree with the Department of Justice needs to come to an end. It does. 7 years of scrutiny and nothing but a rise in crime since it came in. Anyways. In 2014, the DOJ found that Albuquerque Police Department had a pattern of excessive force. Since then, the city has spent $20 million in police reforms. We spent $20 million on police reforms in 7 years. That doesn't seem like a lot, honestly. Union representatives said more resources are spent investigating officers for possible violations than investigating crime in Albuquerque. I wouldn't doubt that. They're scrutinized so much that how can they do their job? The police chief and mayor said it's up to the federal government, not city leaders, to decide when the DOJ monitoring it is done with APD. They also said people need to work together to try and solve the city crime crisis. While the union announced its campaign, the mayor and police chief held a news conference showing the expansion of police station in southeast Albuquerque. Since the start of the year, there have been 40 homicides in Albuquerque. If that trend continues, it will shatter murder records in the city. One thing that I find funny or ironic, you can say, whatever, is they are opening and expanding our Southwest Albuquerque police unit station. Great. That's the area that needs it. Problem. We are 200 police officers understaffed in Albuquerque already. So how would expanding the station or making it bigger help if we still are understaffed? Okay, that's just my thought. Like, it makes no sense how they could say that. All right, so let's go over to. Oh man, just shut up. When we go over to KOB, this one's from Grace Reader. Let's see what they have to say about it. So the Albuquerque Police Officers Association believes requirements set by the DOJ are preventing officers from getting to the root of crime problems. It definitely is, because they're afraid to do their job, because if you watch the news at all, if you watch any type of media, you can see cops being persecuted for doing their job. Now, I'm not saying there aren't bad cops out there that are using excessive force, but that's to be determined, not guilty before. Not all cops are excessive force abusers. I'm just saying, you guys assume it, and assuming just is all it's doing is leading to more crime and preventing our cops from doing their job. So you can either have compliance with DOJ reforms or you can have lower crime, said Sean Willoughby, president of APOA. You can't have both. We think it's time that our city leaders hear the public that crime matters more, because it does. It does. And he's right. The DOJ came in 7 years ago saying we're too excessive with our criminals, which unfortunately we have a lot of criminals in New Mexico and Albuquerque. But at the same time, in those 7 years, look at our homicide rates. Look at our burglary rates. I mean, we've made national news about people stealing cars, and the highest robbery rates about people coming through our city in an RV and getting robbed at a gas station. Come on. Albuquerque is known as a crime-ridden city. And our politicians don't give a dang. It is time to stop these Democrats from destroying our state. And if you don't believe me, just look at policies, look at everything set in the last 7 years since the DOJ has come, and you tell me which one has helped prevent crime. Please, leave it in the comments, show me, prove me wrong. I really hope you can, okay? I really hope you can. The association is asking the public to share feedback with the city. Please do, everybody. Please share, get this out there, let everybody know. This needs to be across the nation. It's spending $70,000 on the Crime Matters More campaign. All right. I'm a little concerned about that because it's like, yeah, I'm glad I'm assuming those, since it's a union, it's their own money. It's not government money. That's the union money, which is put in by police officers. So they've agreed to use that money to educate the public. It helps citizens voice their concerns directly to city leaders. This conversation of reform needs to come back to common sense, Willoughby said. Union leaders say they understand that the city is tied to its agreement with the DOJ, but they claim city leaders still have the ability, within that agreement, to push back on policies and procedures that they do not believe work for Albuquerque. Yeah, they do have that ability, but they're pushovers, and they just want to be in the good hands of DC and everybody in the Capitol and don't care about us here in New Mexico. These Democrats are so worried about DC and everywhere else, they're just letting New Mexico crash. It's horrible. It's horrible, especially when you're looking at the campaign race right now for the seat. There's only one person talking about crime. The other person, climate change? Come on, right now, climate change is not our biggest issue in Albuquerque. More people are going to die from killing each other. But anyways, the union also wants the city to commit to supporting its officers. Right now, the city of Albuquerque capitulates to... What? I can't pronounce that right now. Oh my gosh, I'm having so much trouble. Capitulates? I don't feel like that's the right word. But anyways, to everything the DOJ wants, and that might not necessarily be the right direction for the city of Albuquerque, Willoughby said. So right now, the city of Albuquerque capitulates to everything the DOJ wants, and might not necessarily be right direction. Okay, so right now it's saying we do everything they want, but even though we're doing everything they want by the DOJ, our crime is skyrocketed. We had 40 plus homicides, and we're on the way to shatter records. It's just ridiculous. Okay. Albuquerque Mayor Terry Keller and APD Chief Harold Medina were asked about the campaign Monday. They said they don't understand its goal because the city is tied to the DOJ requirements, whether anyone likes it or not. The problem is Harold Medina plays politics. He's a police chief who's all about the politics. He's not about actual police and actual crime. And he's the interim right now, or he might have actually been finally put in. I don't know. But either way, he got the job because he's playing politics, not because he's tough on crime. Just saying. There was 2 other candidates who would have been better, who would have been more tough on crime, but they didn't want to play politics. So, anyways. This past weekend, I had a couple of retired officers call me, and they talked to me about how the perception on social media is that myself, the mayor, or somebody could say that we don't want to cooperate or work with DOJ anymore, and that we want our police department back, and that we're going to move forward as we were in the past. That's not possible, said Medina. Yeah, it is. It's called growing a backbone and actually taking care of your citizens and not trying to play politics and beat around the bush and appease these people who don't really care about you. All right? You can make up whatever statements you want about these police officers. It's these guys are being scrutinized like crazies. These men and women in our police force have the hardest job and get zero to little credit for what they do all day long. But they still put on their uniform. They still go out there. They still pull people over knowing that they might get shot. But yet they're scrutinized every second of their day for everything they do. For what? Do you want law and order, or do you want the Old West? Because if you want to go back to the Old West, I'm fine with that. Give everybody a gun. Let's go back to the Old West. Protect yourself. Protect yourself. Because right now, with the way our politicians, our police chief, and are acting, we won't have a police force much longer. I'm just saying. Still, the union is pursuing the campaign to participate. People can text #crime matters more to 52886. So get on Twitter, get on, text that, let them know. Crime matters more. Right now, you gotta let the cops do their job. You can't blame everything on race. If a criminal is committing a crime, a police officer should be able to arrest them. If a criminal who is committing a violent crime resists, attacks, or fights back and ends up dying, it is not the officer's fault. It is the choices the criminal has made. But unfortunately, we live in a state that's ran by Democrats, and Democrats support these criminals. And only criminals support criminals. Democrats don't care about the crime here in America, let alone here in New Mexico. All they care about is pandering to people and playing politics. And lately, they haven't done crap for me. They haven't done crap for anybody. We need to get them out of office. We need to start getting our conservative representatives. We need to start getting a variety of people in there that aren't all stuck on the same ideology that is destroying our country. That's all I can say about this. I mean, I support the blue. These guys, like I said, they put on their uniforms every day, even with everything that's going on in the media. Why? To protect you. To protect me. To protect your children. To protect your mother. They're here to protect us and help us. But unfortunately, the Democrats have turned them into guard dogs that only go after what they want and enforce rules that are so stupid. Anyways, I could probably go on further for this, but I do have 2 other videos talking about APD, about how they've been resigning, and about the rise in homicide. I'll put them on the end screen maybe. But please leave a like, comment, subscribe, share this. Let me hear what you have to say. Tell me, do you support this movement? I support it. I support anyone who is going to be tough on crime, because I don't want to have to be the one that pulls the trigger. And I know that sounds a little selfish, but I protect myself, and so should you. But at the same time, we pay for a police force. We pay for this, and then so let's use it. Let's use it the way it's supposed to be used. Let's get rid of the snitches get stitches rule, because no, you've seen 6ix9ine. I'm just saying, why would you not snitch on people who don't give a fuck about you? Okay? Anyways, that's all I got to say today. I appreciate your time. My name's Nick Driver. I'm a New Mexican, and I really do care about you.